in Judges chapter 17, and I'm going to pull up my sheet and I'm going to share with you my key points from the book of Judges. Once again, Judges chapter 17 and 18 should be placed after Judges chapter 1, maybe verse 34, when they start talking about the Danites and their allotment of their land. So, this is what Judges 17 and 18 is about, the Danites. The Danites, which we know Samson is from the tribe of Dan. So, what occurred during the time of Samson, all this happened prior to that. So, Judges chapter 17, if I will give it a title, which I don't title the chapters, but it's all about greed. And I can agree with that with Judges chapter 18 when we get into that today. Because Judges chapter 17 begins with Micah. Micah is from the tribe of Ephraim, or from the Mount of Ephraim, and he was a thief who already had money. So he literally stole 1,100 shekels of silver from his mother. His mother was happy that Micah confessed that he was a thief, and she even was willing to offer the offering from this 1,100 shekels of silver to Jehovah. But it quickly turned into what we call polytheism. Poly, the act of combining and mixing of gods alongside of Jehovah. And this is what we find throughout the book of Judges. And it's nothing new because we know Abraham came from a family like that. Rebecca came from a family like that. Remember, Laban had those gods that Rachel had stolen? So this is nothing new, and it still occurs today. In Micah's house, he had a shrine, which is a house for his gods. He made an ephod. We know the ephod was only assigned to the high priest. He had one in his home. He had other household idols. And he ordained one of his sons to be a priest. Now, we know all of this is out of the will of Jehovah for the kingdom of Israel. Now, at the end, we find that this unknown Levi came. He came from Bethlehem, Judah. So this was a wandering Levite that Micah took into his home, removed his son as priest, now make this unknown Levite, what we think is unknown until we get to chapter 18, and consecrated him and made him priest of his household. So the questions that I have is, was Micah's theory about greed? And also, was he a Levite? So this is the part of we're going to get out of Judges chapter 18. So my insight is, remember that the priest line only came from Aaron's bloodline. Aaron was a Levite, but there was a particular bloodline in the Levite that the priesthood came from. And of course, greed leads down to a slippery slope of idol worship. And we know idol worship is adultery. So this is all my key points, my insight from Judges chapter 17, the questions, my cross-reference, and I did not have any word study unless you, if you done word study, you most definitely can share that. Now, but because I said I did not do any word study, I did not do any word study during the teaching. But you have an opportunity to do your word study, because word study is supposed to be a part of your journey of studying the word of Jehovah. I did not share any word study during the Judges chapter 17.